Welcome to Module 3, Working with Special Olympics Athletes. This module will outline how the psychological, social, and physical conditions of the Special Olympics athlete influence his or her participation in sport. While many of the considerations and strategies discussed in this module are directed at coaches, all volunteers should be aware of these aspects in order to best support athlete growth and development. There are 4 psychological considerations related to an athlete's ability to learn: challenges in motivation, perception, comprehension, and memory. Challenges in motivation involve difficulties in gaining and maintaining athlete interest. Strategies for overcoming this challenge include keeping drills and activities short to maintain attention, having the athletes create short-term rather than long-term goals as the results are more immediate, and providing positive reinforcement for desired behaviors right away. Challenges in perception refer to the athlete's ability to process information relating to sport. Try the following strategies to overcome this challenge. If the athlete is distracted by extraneous stimuli, try moving to a quieter location when giving instructions. If the athlete has impairments in sight or hearing, provide a cue to accommodate the sensory abilities they do have. For example, ringing a bell or using visual aids. Challenges in comprehension may make it difficult for athletes to understand the sport in which they are participating and perform requisite skills. To help overcome this challenge, provide frequent repetition and reinforcement over time. Ensure that your methods of instruction meet the needs of the athlete. Help athletes generalize skills by providing a progression of skills, comparing a new skill with a familiar one. Challenges in memory may interfere with an athlete's ability to remember and perform skills at the appropriate time. To overcome this challenge, have the athlete frequently repeat previously learned skills. Provide a progression of situations in which the skills are applied. Encourage athletes to keep a journal or binder. 3 key social considerations affecting the athlete are social skills, opportunity for recreation at home, and economic status. Some social issues that Special Olympics athletes may experience include lacking certain social or adaptive skills due to lack of opportunity, difficulty adapting to new situations, such as the absence of a coach or teammate, difficulty interpreting the language of others and having difficulty comprehending what is expected of them, low tolerance for frustration and failure. When it comes to recreation activities at home, athletes may be inactive at home, and some athletes may not be exposed to any kind of recreation outside of Special Olympics programs. A number of Special Olympics athletes are economically disadvantaged. Some athletes may lack financial means, which can have many consequences, including the ability to purchase necessary sports equipment. As well, athletes may be unable to access independent transportation to get to practices and competitions. In general terms, the characteristics of intellectual disability that have the greatest influence on athletic performance include a tendency to be overweight, delayed development of motor and/or language skills, unnecessary energy expenditure, excessive attention to external cues or distractions, and communication barriers. Each athlete faces a unique set of challenges when participating in sport. The following will highlight some of the conditions that you may encounter while working with Special Olympics athletes. While by no means a comprehensive list, this information is intended to provide you with some background information so that you may effectively support the growth and development of each athlete. Individuals with Down syndrome have an extra copy of chromosome 21, giving them a total of 47 rather than 46 chromosomes. This leads to abnormal development of the fetus and the development of fewer body and brain cells. There is no typical person with Down syndrome. Individuals vary a great deal in ability, personality, appearance, and intellectual functioning. Athletes with Down syndrome can have tendencies for poor balance, poor vision, short stature, poor muscle tone, and underdeveloped respiratory and cardiovascular systems. Athletes with Down syndrome may also be stubborn or routine-driven, communicate perfectly using the spoken word, be extremely socially mature, and may learn by mimicry. As discussed in a previous module, 12 to 22% of individuals with Down syndrome have an orthopedic condition called atlantoaxial instability, in which there is misalignment of the first and second cervical vertebrae. As such, participation in activities such as diving, rhythmic gymnastics, or powerlifting could cause permanent damage to the spinal cord during hyperflexion or hypertension of the head and neck. Athletes with atlantoaxial instability are prohibited from participating in these activities. Autism spectrum disorders significantly affect both verbal and nonverbal communication, as well as social interactions. Associated behaviors which may adversely affect an athlete's ability to absorb information include obsessive-compulsive and/or self-stimulatory behaviors such as hand flapping or rocking, engagement in repetitive activity, resistance to change in activity or routine, and acute sensitivity to auditory and/or textual stimuli. Sensory and motor impairments make up a group of permanent disabling symptoms resulting from damage to the motor control areas of the brain. Examples include, but are not limited to, abnormal reflex development, difficulty coordinating and integrating basic movement patterns, seizures, orthopedic impairments, and speech and language disorders. Attention deficit hyperactivity disorder is a condition which describes individuals who display hyperactive behaviors, have difficulty attending to the task at hand, and tend to be impulsive. Characteristics of ADHD may include impatience, restlessness, pushiness, inattention, excessive motor activity, impulsivity, social immaturity, difficulty working independently, constant motion, and disorganization. In order to best support athlete performance and well-being, the Healthy Athletes Program was created in 1997. This program offers free health screening and health information in 7 different areas, including vision, audiology, and dentistry.
When we got chosen to be the Team USA or part of Team USA, we decided that we needed more speed and more endurance to compete on this level. We first decided to give up sodas and just start on water. We worked with the local community and did some diet programs, getting them to eat better. Our original goal was to lose 300 pounds. By World Game, they broke 400 pounds. Watching them expand and grow and becoming healthier has really changed their confidence.
Well, before I was at 407 and now I'm at 350. I was drinking a lot of soda, eating a lot of fast food. And when we found out we were doing this, I was like, that's gotta go. A lot of the other guys, there was the whole team, there was other guys like, I said, come on, you guys can do it. It's just the mind thing, The mind's telling you, I need sugar. When I go into a store, I'll get a bottle of water.
I was really constantly overweight, big time. I was never taking care of myself. When we first found out we were going to Korea, then and there we all started getting on the diet. I felt to myself, okay, am I going to do this? Am I going to do it? And I'm like, yeah, I'm going to do it. And I was very proud of myself because I really went down a couple of sizes. I went to a size 18, 20 to a size 14. 70 pounds total I lost.
Special Olympics International has been implementing a health program for over the last 15 years. There's a profound difference in the access that people have to health services whether they have an intellectual disability or not.
Our athletes have more chronic diseases than anybody else, than the general population. They get them at a younger age, and they die sooner, tragically, from those chronic diseases. Much of that has got nothing to do with intellectual disability. It's neglect, poor care, poor access.
Our athletes don't usually get nutritional education. In many parts of the world, they're not in school. And if you think about where you learn how to be healthy and what kind of food you're supposed to eat, a lot of that happens in school. When they go to the doctor, the chances that they're going to get past a acute health need to talk about nutrition and education and how to be healthy, it's just low. So by the time they get to Special Olympics, sometimes it's the first time they're getting educated.
Many people don't understand that the athlete can learn and can make a choice. We need to let the athlete make the choice. They can make a healthy food choice as long as someone sits down and talks to them about it. The approach we take in health promotion around healthy weights is we are not the food police, but we talk to athletes about healthy choices they can make. Choosing water, important, versus a sugared beverage. Eating fruits, fresh fruits and vegetables, snacking on healthy foods throughout the day. Important when they're practicing as well as they're competing. It's a group effort to maintain a healthy lifestyle, including a healthy weight. And anytime our Special Olympic athletes can work together to do that, they're more successful.
It's important to remember that our athletes are smart people. I think the first step is assuming that they have that ability and treating them with respect and empowering with them information and the resources they need so that they can be healthy.
The psychological, social, and physical considerations discussed in this module are important for all volunteers to keep in mind in order to better support and understand Special Olympics athletes. Additional materials relating to working with Special Olympics athletes can be found using your chapter's resource section, Special Olympics Canada's webpage, Special Olympics International's webpage, or by consulting a Special Olympics staff member in your area. In addition, coaches will complete the National Coaching Certification Program, which focuses on meeting the needs of all types of coaches, from the first-time coach to the national team head coach. Thank you for listening. This module is now complete.